Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a little bit of a twist on what I normally do for a whole year. And that is I'm going to share with you guys all the candle jars, whether it be mostly Bath & Body Works, but Bath & Body Works or other brands that I've either burnt throughout the year, but also ones you will tell, and I'll show you as we go along, the ones that I did melt down into tarts. And so you'll see, because I've tried my best to take the labels off. So before we go any further, let's go on to what I have on my lips, because if I don't say it, people always ask. That's why I say this. So I've got Milani's Color Statement Lip Liner, True Instant Color in 09 Spice, lined and filled in my lips with this. Then I went in full on with MAC's Brave, which is a satin finish lipstick. Then of course, to top it all off, because I love it jutesy, as Kathleen Lights would say, jutesy lips. This is Anastasia Beverly Hills Lip Gloss in Toffee. So that is what's on my lips. So first of all, before we get any further, I went to the grocery store to get my cat some TREATS's, which is a can of soft food. She just gets one can once a week, and she generally takes about 2 days to go through it. She generally eats crunchy food. But anyway, I'm at the grocery store and Pamela Anderson's there. Now, I'm not that surprised. She's actually from where I live right now. She's actually from here. So, and I know family members of mine who actually know her very well, and that's great, but I don't know her very well, so I didn't go up to her. She was picking out flowers, and it's very likely she's picking out flowers to take to her mom's grave, because it is Sunday, and I think that's kind of her grandmother or whatever. But anyway, so just random fact. She's from where I'm about to leave, but I've seen her around a few times, but she just happened to be in the grocery store that I was getting Willow's special little TREATS is for. Anyway, so there you go. All right, so the reason why I'm doing this mid-year is because I'm about to move. And I think many of you guys probably already know this about me, that I am moving over 6,000, was it 6,000 kilometers? I guess it is 6,000 kilometers away from Vancouver Island, British Columbia to Halifax, Nova Scotia, which is pretty much like going from San Francisco to New York. Maine, like somewhere in Maine. Anyway, so got a long ways to go, and because unfortunately here in Canada they don't recycle glass jars, at least in my area they don't. I have to slowly put a couple jars in each of my garbages. I don't want to weigh it down and get the garbage guys to get all angry at me, so I thought, well, I'll start doing these now, because that way I can start putting it in the garbage. I know it sounds really bad, but guys, unfortunately there's just no glass recycling where I am. So hopefully they just get crushed. That's what I'm hoping. So anyway, we're going to start with Bath & Body Works, and we have 5 flats plus one. Out of the plus one, this is Copper Coconut. I just recently burned this, and it did burn it, and it's probably one of my favorite coconut scents. It's a young coconut in butter. Like, so good. Really, really rich, creamy. Loved it. This one had a great burn, and that was, again, a lot of the ones that I've burned, well, all of the ones that I've burned are either on playlists for Bath & Body Works, or their playlists are what I've been burning first half, second half, or my monthly empties. So if you want to find reviews, that's probably the best way to find them. Mind you, I don't know. That one is a recent one, just because it's coconut. But many of these are all throughout from just January 1st till today, mid-July. All right, let's start with this one. We've got Pink Pineapple and Georgia Peach. Actually, I better put these back, and it'll just be easier for me to do it. And this one is Ignore the Lid. This is one of the ones I had in my Waxident. This one had a very interesting burn. Not sure why it went over to one side. This one is the Ocean Driftwood candle. Another one that survived my Waxident, or wax catastrophe. Pomelo Paradise. Again, had a bit of a funky burn to it. You could sort of see a bit of sitting on the inside there. And then we have Lavender Vanilla, which did so well. It's one of the few lavender candles that Bath & Body Works does that I enjoy. I don't like that Paris candle. There's something about it I didn't like. But anyway, love this. It burned beautifully, and I have Ramona to thank. She gave me some of her leftover lavender candle that she'd broken down into chunks, because she just doesn't like it. So I don't mind taking anything she doesn't like that I'm like, oh yes, please. Rainforest Gardenia. This is in one of the old style packaging. That's the first flat. Second flat. See, anytime you see this when there's no markings on it, and again, I get people who ask, you're gonna have to do your own research, but what I will say is I have playlists showing you, telling you what I do to, I freeze these particular candles because they're cylindrical, they're the same width or circumference from the top to the bottom, so it's easier for me to freeze, pop out, but I have a how I do it on my channel on a playlist, and the bags that I end up putting these tarts or chopped up candles into are L3 Waxy Wonder bakery bags. Or wax line, but some people enjoy the bigger bags, like bigger polypropylene bags that you can get also from vendors. This was Endless Weekend. I did chop this up because it was my last candle in that scent, and I absolutely love it. It's one of my favorite scents for the summer. I've burned many of those in the past. Again, similar thing. This one was Coconut Basmati. It was my last one. I chopped it up, put it into the bakery bag. I get great throws from my Bath & Body Works candles when I chop them up. So, and again, we have another one. This one is Cannoli and Chocolate. This was gorgeous, and I'm not huge into chocolate scents in wax, but this was so good. I burned one of them, but it had a bad burn at the 50%, which is typical. So a lot of time, you know, and I had it back up and I chopped it up. So this one is Crushed Candy Cane. And again, I chopped this one up. I did burn one, and then of course I chopped one. That's the thing, is I'm buying my favorite candles that I really love. I'll buy two. I'll buy one to burn and one to chop up if I don't already have one chopped up. That's the thing. I used to go and buy like 6. Just not my style anymore. I mean, I'm being realistic. I'm never going to burn through that 6, and I'm not the type of person to buy a bunch on sale only to take them back when the newest collection comes in to exchange for the new candles. I just can't do that. That's, to me, it's not, I don't do that. So if once in a while, I mean, I brought a candle back because it was a poor burn, and I found out locally that I couldn't bring anything back past the 50% mark. And anyway, so we'll see what the rules are in Halifax when I move. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is I do not buy bulk only to take back and buy the new collection, where really a lot of people just basically take their excess non-loved scented candles that they purchased on cheap price to get the newest collection. Not my style, not my thing. That's just me. I know I'm not, whatever, to each his own. Paris Cafe. It's the coffee scented one. I love that one. That one was chopped up as well. And lastly here, and this one is Marshmallow Fireside, chopped up. This one is a staple in my house. Love that scent for fall, but I wanted to chop it up. All right, so then we have South Beach Suntan. Ugh. I love these jars. These jars really conduct the heat so well in the candle, so therefore I get really good burns generally from these really thick jars. But Suntan from Bath & Body Works and I do not get along very well. No. Vanilla Balsam. This is a great candle. I have one chopped up already. It just, I couldn't handle the struggle of the burn. I've been struggling at this point. This is more of a recent review that I did. There's not that much wax left, but the rate that it was burning would probably take me 2 to 3 weeks to go through this because it was puny wicks and I'd had enough. Another one that I chopped up, which is Pumpkin Coconut. Really, really good scent. Spooky Vanilla. Really nice, but like that Vanilla Balsam, I burned them at the same time. This one was also struggling, and it would have taken me 2 weeks to get through what was left. So I was like, forget it. I'm not going to sit there and wait on the struggle bus for that. Sun Drenched Mango. This is really nice. This is from a couple of years ago. And another one that I chopped up, which is Coconut Leaves, my all-time favorite coconut scent. The Copper Coconut is like number 2. Yes, love this. And because I only had the one candle left, I'm like, okay, I'm going to chop it up. Because, like I said, all my stuff has to move across North America, basically, in a moving truck within 12 days. And I don't know how my stuff's going to make it there. I don't have any candles left. I have under 10 candles in general left, so Bath & Body Works and other. But my wax melts, I have no idea. We're moving in August, basically. So, and it's not like they air condition the back end of a truck. So we'll have to see how it goes. I don't know. So we'll have to wait and see. Vanilla pumpkin marshmallow, disgusting. Like, ugh. Like, I love the smell, but when your burn sucks, I'm sorry. I really like the White Barn #1 candle. It smelled really good. I really enjoyed this. This is a really nice fall scent. Just a really lovely fall-like scent. One of my favorites, Peace. I do enjoy this one. It's a very selective one. People, either you love it or you don't. You know, it's a polarizing. Very nice. A very nice cologne scent, which for me, I don't normally go for cologne scented candles, but that is a really nice one. Another one that I love the scent, and they finally nailed a body care that smells just as good as the candle, until of course the candle gets gross, because you can see I only burnt half of this because it did get gross. And that's Champagne Toast. This is coming back from a couple of years ago. Champagne Toast in body care form is absolutely phenomenal. Love that. It smelled so good. Really enjoyed that. And they did a really good job of taking a candle and making it into body care, which I generally find that when they do that, it's not that great compared to the candle. Crushed candy cane. Yeah, that one had a bad burn too. And then we have vanilla balsam again. So, but this one, it looks like it burnt. This one burnt to the bottom. So that is its bottom. So there's that flat. And then some fall candles. Obviously had a bad burn on this one. So pumpkin apple. Yeah, it didn't last very well. Yeah, I don't know why they do that. I wish they wouldn't do that. This is campfire donut right here. This stank. I had to tap out on this one, as you can see. It just was, no, not for me. But this one I do love, which is Wine Cellar, but the burn just got to be really atrocious, so I stopped burning it. But I love this. I have one of these chopped up in a bag from, like I mentioned, from out of 3 Waxy Wonders. Toasted S'mores smelled to me like the Spice It Up candle that they brought out fall of 2017, I want to say. This is exactly what that smelled like, but look at what happened. When I saw that, I was like, oh God, I gotta blow it out, because I didn't catch that right away. I just saw that it was burning beautifully, and it was likely to go out shortly, but holy moly, scary stuff. I wouldn't repurchase something like that again now that I've tried the Spice It Up, and this is literally a repackage of Spice It Up, this one here. It sort of smells like cinnamon raisin bread or toast, like cinnamon raisin bread, but when it starts burning, it's like toast. Burnt toast. Not a fan favorite of Baja Cactus Blossom most of the times, but I really did enjoy this. I burnt this in my bathroom, and that's where it really, the scent for me was definitely fitted more for a bathroom than out here in the living room or my great room kind of thing. This did really, really well. I had no complaints. It actually surprised me, this one, on how much I did actually end up loving it. So autumn, man, it seems like you're either an autumn fan, I've said this before, autumn fan, or you're a leaves fan. I don't mind leaves, but given the opportunity, or given the choice of one of the other, autumn's my favorite. It reminds me of the Okanagan Valley, which is where I'm from. The apples, the cool crispness in the fall, the leaves, you know, all of that stuff. I just said leaves, but it just reminds me of walking down the street in my hometown of Oliver, British Columbia. So I love this candle, and I do have it also chopped up as well, I think so, but autumn generally comes back out every year. I know that the fall test candles are out. Autumn looks like it's coming back. Leaves probably coming back as per usual, but Cider Lane is one of those ones, which I don't really particularly care for Cider Lane. I would rather burn autumn, but because it's so hard to get, everyone has to jump on the bandwagon, has to have like that big hype. I'm like so over the hype, because I used to be into the hype, and now I'm like, I'm so over it, because it's all about purchasing. The hype gets there, and you get everybody all riled up on a stupid candle scent that 9 times out of 10 I go into the store and I'm like, it stinks. Ugh. Like, I know to each his own, right? I get that. But at the same time, I'm like, I'm the same way with makeup. I don't buy like the latest hyped up thing for makeup. You know, things like that. Because it's a fad. I like classic pieces. I think that's probably the best way. Even my clothing, I'm more of a classic gal, not like what's trendy now. That's just how I am, I think, in life in general. And I think as I'm getting a little older, I am going to be 41 pretty soon, which is not old by any means. I don't feel old. But I'm also realizing, like, I don't care what everybody has to say about this one candle that everyone has to have from Bath & Body Works this particular season. And oh my God, rush out. I am not... There was a couple candles, of one of which I will show you, that I truly loved. And if you like the type of scents I like, I don't know if you can get it anymore. And I ended up having to chop it up because I was so worried. So anyway, we're going to go... I got a couple other candles I burned, but we're going to go into some Yankee candles that I literally melted down. Ramona Talk on YouTube has a really good, she actually goes step by step on how she does hers. So I kind of followed her step. I melted this down on the stove. What I will say is I think I had the stove on a little hot and let it melt, and with the lid off and all that stuff. And one of my black jars, which I'm going to show you, the black wax, shot up on all my white everything. And I was like, oh my God. So it spent like a long time cleaning up some of the volcanic spit from the anyway, long story short is I melted down this candle from Yankee Candle, and I don't remember the name of it. It's like Moonlit sugar something. It doesn't say on the bottom. Well, it's covered up with all these stickers underneath it, but that one's also been bagged up. These ones were black coconut. Both of these, I found these at Winners. They were $14.99 each, which is a steal for these large jars, because in Canada they're closer to $32 a piece. So this is one of the jars that I used when I was warming it with the lid off, like, you know, in water, keeping it, I thought it was a lower temperature, it was a little bit too high, because it would like explode like a volcano. Oh my God. So black coconut is one of my absolute all-time favorite candles of life. And then this one, I'm trying to remember what it is now too. Oh, green tea. Yes, green tea. I melted down green tea. Oh, now I've got stuff all over me. To make into tarts, which again, Ramona has a great channel and she has got it sort of down, and she's filmed a couple how-tos, which I haven't done the melting down process because I don't have any editing to be able to edit bits and bobs of that. So anyway, this is one of the candles I was like, run, don't walk. If you like this type of like scent that I like, oh, sexy candle. What I will say is when I melted this down I froze this one, because the reason why I melted these ones down is because it's not the same it's not the same width from the bottom to the top, so you have to melt it because you got to pour it. Yeah, so that's why those are melted down. But anything like Bath & Body Works or like this, where it's the same circumference from top to bottom, easier to freeze, dump out, start chopping, all that stuff. Oh, I'm so glad. But the wax is soft, and I'm worried. The wax on this one, which is DW and Home Noir Vanille de Tabac, is really soft, like really silky soft. So I'm really wondering if it's gonna make it to Halifax all right. But I successfully did chop this one up and put it into a bakery bag as well. This particular these next ones I've burned. This one didn't do so well for me. I had high hopes on this one, but unfortunately it did not give me any good stuff back. The throw was weak. The burn, the wick shifted on me towards the end. Well, not even towards the end. I still have this much left. This is a burrowing owl. Oh, sorry. A candle is from the company Crush, which is from the Okanagan in the scent Champagne. And what they do is they repurpose. This is a excuse me. This is a burrowing owl 2016 Chardonnay bottle. Oh, I got hiccups. That they pour the wax in because it's an Okanagan thing. Again, that's where I'm from. All right, if I could find more of this. This was a hype like 3 years ago on YouTube for anyone who is a candle lover. This was the hype. I had some major successes with this line. This is the Portfolio Collection by Aquis. Candle number 25 in Sandalwood Vanille. Now, this one was probably one of the most successful throws out of this whole, and I think I've tried, and there's a playlist on my channel. I think I tried almost every single scent I could find. The jars are handsome, super handsome, and can be repurposed for many different things. If you are a lover of makeup, you could put your brushes into it. This is a heavy duty glass. Like, it's huge. Look how thick that glass is there. This is so good. I love this scent so much. If I found it again, and I got this for $14.99, so the same price for this as those Yankee candle jars at Winners, Home Goods, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, that kind of thing. If I could find this particular scent again, I would buy a couple, because it was one of the ones that did throw really, really well for me. And last but not least, I finally burnt through this Peck Sniffs limited edition Pine and Clove, and I picked this up years ago, and I used it for Throwback Thursday many times in the winter and never got picked. I finally said, I'm gonna use, I can't handle the fact that it's still sitting here, and it's Peck Sniffs. I find the candles suck. I have tried a few of the brand in the past, but if you go to any of your, like I said, home Winners, Home Outfitters, or yeah, Home Goods, Home Sense, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, you'll see Peck Sniff, the brand. You'll see that they sell a lot of soap, hand soap and hand lotion duos. I'm interested to try that. If anyone's tried those, let me know, because I feel like they might be more successful in their hand soaps and their candles. My thoughts? I don't know. I'll try that sometime. Maybe Halifax will have a few, but right now I'm down to, other than the soap that I'm using right now from Bath & Body Works, I have 2 backups of other soap. I mean, we're doing good here, folks. I have been doing so good, and thank you very much for being patient. I'm noticing that I'm not getting nearly as many views as I used to. That's very clear to me, but doesn't matter. I do my channel because I enjoy it. It's therapeutic for me. I get to communicate with you guys. I love that. But yeah, no, it doesn't matter how many views I get for something. I'm not going to buy something again for the views, where sometimes I feel, again, I'm not going to call anyone out, but I feel people go out and buy like the latest thing, or they feel like they need to go get that newest candle because they want the views. Okay, that's your prerogative, but whatever. I'm doing this because it's fun. I'm enjoying it. My life is changing a lot in the next little while, but I want to bring you guys along with me. Again, as I'm going to state, Nelson has an Instagram channel, and Nelson's my fiance. We're both going to, well, clearly we're going to be doing actually going to bring it over and tell you the states. So stay tuned, because I'm going to tell you exactly just the locations we're going to be. I'm not going to tell you what nights for each. We don't have time to visit. We literally may be spending like 11, 12 hours driving each day. But our first night, we're staying in Eugene, Oregon, then Napa Valley, California. Gotta have some wine. Lone Pine, California, Las Vegas, Nevada, Moab, Utah, which is so cool. We're staying in a really cool yurt in the middle of like nowhere with mountains all around. Oh, I'm so excited about that one. It's like glamping. Oh yeah. Sterling, Colorado, Davenport, Iowa, and then we're going into Canada after that. We're going to Central England, Ontario, Ottawa, Ontario, Quebec City, St. John, St. John, New Brunswick, and then Halifax is where we end up at the very other end. So we're really excited. Wait, did I say Las Vegas, Nevada? I did, right? Oh, I'm so excited. We're actually going to go to Mystique at Las Vegas. So that's our like kind of little thing to do in the evening there. And yeah, so excited, you guys. Life is going to change. I do want to take you along a little bits here and there, but I do like to keep my personal life more on the personal, like the private side. But like I said, if you want to see photos or Insta stories, there won't be a lot of YouTube. I'll be pre-filming a lot of YouTube, and obviously where we can, I'll upload videos throughout our trip. But keeping in mind that I'm going to be utilizing Instagram, which is always linked below. And like I was mentioning, like Nelson also has an Instagram page account. Anyway, so follow him as well, because the two of us love to take photos, and we follow him, follow me, and also my Insta stories. Those can be probably some of the best ways to instantly upload things to you guys, or at least when I have Wi-Fi. So, okay, guys, that is everything. And by the time you see this, we'll either just be heading out on the road to head out to our new location, or we're already kind of in the middle. So I'm pre-filming a few things. So you guys, as always, be safe, take care, and have fun. Bye, guys.